I made the variation 3s in advance, so you wouldn't have to watch me do that. Will I go through all characters? Absolutely. I hope it won't take me 5 hours, but, you know, it will take me as long as it needs to. I'm going to do Nightwolf last, because I know the least about his customs, but I want to make sure that I do everyone else first in the same kind of way. Frost is next. So Frost, I really want to see this move right here. This is the main move that I want to see them use. Core Trap is disgusting, and has potential to be very dirty, and I really want to see it. The question is, what could be put with it? The choice for that is, I kind of see it being Air Ice Quake. Because this, and again, I'll explain this more as we go through it, but I'm going to add these moves for now, and I'll explain it as I go through the game. So this is hers, and then Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage, I feel like, could be quite obvious. I think the stunt doubles are kind of a given. And what else? That's not the one, not that one. I think it will be... Here we go. Right. So, back we go with these two characters. Right. So the main thing about Frost, and I'll say outright, is this all boils down to the Core Trap move, which is very mix-up heavy. It's very dirty. It's very scary in terms of the damage it can lead to, the setup potential. But it loses a lot of neutral because, like a couple of moves in her potential, you know, abilities, it is something that replaces the arcing mortars. All right, here we go. So Core Trap and Ice Quake. These are not confirmed. These are 100% speculation variations, but they're variations that I would like to see, that I could see fitting a nice, you know, gap that the character might have with how they play. So the big thing about Frost is, in this variation, Core Trap. This is what it looks like if you haven't seen it before. It costs 1 bar of offensive meter to use it. It can be done close, medium, or far. The box in the middle is pretty irrelevant. These lines either side, if the opponent is standing in them, they take constant damage. And if they get hit by a certain amount of ticks of it, so if they're 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 ticks of it, they will be frozen in place. This means that you can set up some very scary things with it, especially in the corner. It's almost like a less intimidating version of Sub-Zero's Ice Clone from MK11, where the fact that this blade spin is universal means that it has a ton of advantage. And what that allows is, I'll show you quickly. I'll turn on the frame counter. The blade spin on hit is plus 49. Core Trap is 50 frames of startup flat. If you hit someone with the blade spin and they're airborne, so on the ground, it will be plus 49. If someone's in the air and I hit them with it, I'll just do 2-2 into it, and that should work. It goes from... I'll make them sink a little bit. It goes from plus 49 to plus 57. That means if you end a juggled combo, a launched combo in the corner with blade spin, you have enough time to go for... I have to make sure they really sink. I'll do the full combo. Into a close Core Trap, and then all of a sudden, this is guaranteed, right? If this is now on them. So if you ended the blade spin, you can guarantee set this up if they wake up normally. This means that if so I'm going to set him to auto block. If he blocks the second he gets off the floor, and I throw the normal one, I'll have to throw the far one, If I throw the far one, because the far one will set up on him, right? If I do the far version, it's literally on him as he gets up, and they have to be touching that in order to get frozen. Now, what's scary about this is if I hit you, and I do the far one, and not mess it up, oh look, he blocked, and he's guaranteed to be frozen. And then I loop it into itself again. I do this. And then, let's say this time he's going to get hit. Let's say he'll get hit. Oh, look, he got frozen again. And then that will kind of keep going on if they do that one. But the reason this would be dangerous is it's not something you can just throw out and cover multiple options. If he rolls, that's not going to hit. So if you think he's going to roll, let's make him roll. Let's make him do get up forward roll. Let's make him do wake up forward roll, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do a far trap to get it on him. He now does a roll and he's out, right? Now, let's say I read the roll and I do a close one. You're going to love this. Okay, I did it wrong. Let me do it right. You'll love it when I do it right. Uh-oh. You see? If you... But it means that you as the Frost player have to read what they're going to do off of the floor. Nothing is guaranteed. With this variation, she can get guaranteed damage if it's Core Trap and Microburst. But again, Microburst is already used in another variation. But, I know a lot of you are watching right now and think, wow, that's broken. There's no way they'll do that. I'm going to show you one universal way to make sure this never works. Skyratic, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Dojo Mojo. And Foxy, welcome back. I'm not going to read your comment out loud because neither I'm hosting. It's rather inappropriate. But thanks, dude. Welcome back. Now, if they don't want to deal with any of this, I'm going to make him delay get up. Here is the kicker with Core Trap. And here's where the knowledge comes into play. This will appear if they are in the box when it explodes. If I do this not near him, nothing's going to come out. I still spend the resources. If he delays wake up in any way, in any fashion, and I want to guarantee that kind of dirty setup, oh, look, it doesn't come out. If he delays his wake up in any way, and I go for the version that is guaranteed to set it up safely, I will waste bar, because it will never come out. Never, ever, ever will it come out. So that's something you need to know on the defensive side. And this is where it comes into it. This is high investment for no guaranteed reward, but if it does work, the reward is magnificent because it's scary, right? It gives you a ton of damage, but you have to really read what they're going to do, right? Specific setups to cover specific things. And mid-screen, it's even harder to set this up because mid-screen, if you hit someone, you know, and you knock them down, you go for a far one. Like, let's make him not delay wake up to show it potentially working. If you do this mid-screen, and I knock someone over, and I try and throw this out there, you know, it might come out and I'll have the chance to hit them if I read what they're going to do, if he rolls and I catch it. And then obviously you turn this into whatever you want. The damage is really good. But mid-screen, there's less threat for them to delay wake up. You know, it's harder to do it. If you read the delay wake up, you have to deliberately do it late, which is dangerous for you because then you're punishable. It becomes a complete game of who knows what. The reason I've put Ice Quake with this as well is because this variation, you lose the option to go for the mortars, and this doesn't hit unless they're in the vicinity. So it means that her full screen game takes a massive knock because you don't have a back forward 4 move. You only have this. You don't have the arcing shot. You don't have the glacier carving to absorb things. Your full screen game takes a massive knock. Having Ice Quake will give you some threat because Ice Quake is effectively an 80 damage dive kick. Let me make him not roll anymore. It's effectively an 80 damage move that gives, you know, good advantage. Close range, it does this. If I do it from far range, she slides along the floor and it does something, you know, the reaction's a little bit different. If they block it, make him block. Okay, close range one is -19, -20. Depending on where you hit them, it will change. But the general consensus is, you know, it's pretty much unsafe if you do it from the air. You know, if you hit them and you're in the air, it will be unsafe. If you do it from a distance, it becomes -7. So if you do it when she's sliding along the floor, it's safe. If you do it when she's in the air, it's unsafe. But this, in combination with Core Trap, will give her some full screen threat. So despite losing all of these options from a distance, she gains this, which is an incredibly powerful move. Advantage-wise, let me quickly see what it is on hit to remind myself. So on hit, it's -27, so you're not going to guarantee yourself the setup for it either. But it's just taking a massive part of her game plan away and giving her something else that could kind of help substitute that, but not in a way that guarantees the setup either. This could be a fun variation of Frost. Whether we see it, who knows? I hope this is what we see. I hope this is what we see. Johnny Cage. I feel like this is, again, one that... I feel like the stunt double moves are kind of a no-brainer. It's such a cool part of the character. But anyone that's tuning in after the NRS host, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Thank you very much. So if you have the stunt double is a 2-slot move that gives him this, which guarantees someone comes punching him, and if you amplify it, they're stunned, and it guarantees a hit, and you get the clothesline. The whole point of these moves are, the second he does this move, they should come out anyway. So, for example, if I have her hit me, I'm going to do 1, 2, this. It should time right. There you go. So, as soon as he starts the move, the double will come out. So, you can use it to trade favorably with things. You can use it for, like, counter zoning. And the normal one you can use either for damage or, yeah, plus on block. Yeah, you use it for pressure as well. But this is like a really interesting version of Cage where it's so different to the other two as well. Like, you know, playing around, anticipating yourself getting hit, you know, comboing off the clothesline if it works. You know, if it hits, you can get... I actually don't even know what the optimal is, so I'm not going to bother trying to show it. But if you see that it's going to hit, you can do other moves. Let me just do 4-3 into... There we go, something like that. Why not? And the stunt double means that obviously if it hits, if you do this and they throw a projectile, like, actually she's a perfect example. If I get her to go this, like the whole thing, and I do the stunt double, he's then going to hit her, and then obviously she's stunned for a long time. Depending on the projectile, you can maybe go in and get a hit. Yeah, you can do stuff like that, which is cool. So it's good for counter zoning. It's good for anticipating when they're going to come in. If you know they're going to press a button, you can kind of preemptively throw it out. If you want to go for pressure, you can use it on Oki as well, which is cool. I imagine you can quite easily do something like... Let me make her just stand there. I imagine you can quite easily use something like... let me try this. Let me try this. Let me just try... I'm not a Johnny Cage player, so it might take me a little bit of time. Yeah, I'll just keep it simple. And then, you know, you've got that. It might not be guaranteed, but, you know, it gives you aspect to kind of keep your game going. And if they block it, you get, you know, to follow it up and do something, which is really cool. The reason I put it with the Rising Star is it kind of fits with the whole kind of like stunt double action flashy theme. This replaces the flip kick with Rising Star. Very fast is Rising Star. This move is 7 frames. Can be amplified to knock on the floor. This is like a very MKX style move. Can you stunt double for Oki? I can imagine so. I don't know enough about the variation to know what's guaranteed or not, but I can imagine why. But a 7-frame special move in a game like this where loads of moves are -7, or -8, you know, generally speaking, -7, 8, 9 is kind of teetering on the edge of safe. Having a 7-frame reversal means you're getting in between gaps. You're going to be able to flawless block into this. You're going to be able to reversal punish things with this. I believe he can use it for extended combos as well. I don't know exactly what they are, but I believe he can kind of do... Yeah, stuff like that. There we go. That's the one. Let me move her to the left. Let me try this. And then I'm just going to do a 1, 2. Down one into something else. There you go. So I know it's possible because I did it first time before, but I want to... Yeah, I think I'm doing my button too early. Oh wow, you can do that mad late. That's not bad damage either. So it gives you cool combos. I don't know if you can do anything mid-screen, but it does give you, again, you know, you have this option of being able to extend with like potential Oki and pressure through the stunt doubles. You have the anti-zoning potential of this stun. And then if they want to do stuff to you, you have the Rising Star, which is this 7-frame move that, again, can punish things, get in between gaps. It's a very kind of like turn-steely variation where you can steal your turn back on block in gaps or on things that are normally safe with Rising Star. and on your own offense, you can keep your turn going, or maybe give them a gap to think that it's their turn to press, only to have the clothesline come in and hit them with the JBL from downtown. So that would be cool. I'd really like to see that for Johnny. I think that'd be really cool for him. And the Frost one, I've said before. I've been told in chat that Frost can do a combo I haven't seen. Oh, I haven't seen that. That's actually mad cool. Cool. Right, next two characters. Can they block stunt double? Yes, it's not unblockable. It is blockable.